Parker Clay Merkato tote costs $248. A Tumi leather work tote costs $600 to $800. The exact same job, carried into the exact same office, and one of them is hand-stitched full-grain leather while the other is mass-machined and charging you triple. 5 work bag brands almost nobody talks about are using better materials than the designer labels, charging 3 to 5 times the price. By the end of this video, you will know all 5, starting with a brand whose everyday tote is built in a fair wage factory most of its pricier rivals could not survive an audit next to. A quick word on how we got these numbers, because the honesty is the whole channel. None of these 5 brands publishes a bill of materials, and neither does the designer label sitting next to them on the shelf. Nobody does, so every production cost you hear in this video is our estimate, built the same way each time. We price the leather or the canvas by the yard. We add the hardware and the lining. We add fair labor at the rate the factory actually pays. Then we compare that finished number to the retail sticker, and the gap tells the story. One more thing to set up front. Every one of these 5 is an independent, direct-to-consumer brand, meaning it sells straight to you with no department store in the middle. That matters, because none of them files public accounts, so there is no printed gross margin to quote. The rule of thumb for direct-to-consumer leather goods runs around 60 to 70% gross margin, and treat that as an industry estimate, not a brand-specific fact. We rank these 5 on 3 things, and 3 things only: material honesty, construction, and price against what the fashion houses charge for less. No brand deals, no sponsorships. Number 5, Nisolo, founded in 2011 out of Austin and Nashville by Patrick Woodyard, and a certified B Corporation, which means an outside body audits its labor and environmental claims. The reputation it sells is fair wage leather at a working price. The reality mostly backs it up. The hero here is the Camila Everyday Tote. That bag lists most consistently between $225 and $295, and it is discounted so often you will frequently see it near $179. Nisolo's own pricing swings, so treat the $225 to $295 band as the real, non-sale number and expect to catch it lower. The material is scratch-resistant pebble leather, certified by the Leather Working Group, the outside body that grades tanneries on how cleanly and safely they run. The companion, carry-all hand-woven line steps up to full-grain, water-resistant leather. Full grain meaning the top, strongest layer of the hide left intact. Convertible handles carry it by hand or on the shoulder. There is a hidden magnetic closure, an interior zip pocket, and a dedicated laptop sleeve. The bags are sewn in a company factory in Trujillo, Peru, and a partner factory in Leon, Mexico, where workers reportedly earn 27% above fair trade wage minimums. Estimated production cost on that tote, $50 to $65. Against a $225 retail midpoint, that is roughly a 3 to 4.5 times markup. That sounds steep until you set it beside a Tory Burch Perry tote at $398 or a Tumi leather tote well north of $500 for pebbled cowhide that carries none of the wage receipts. Priced against those Tumi totes, Nisolo lands at roughly 1/3 the money for certified leather. One fair complaint on the woven carry-all line: it has no interior liner or structure, so loose items sink to the bottom. Here is the arithmetic in plain terms: $50 to make, $225 to buy. That looks like a heavy markup on paper, and it is. But the bag it competes with is a $398 Tory Burch or a $500+ Tumi built from cowhide with no audited factory behind it. So the markup is real, and it still leaves you ahead on both price and paperwork. This is not a defense of Nisolo. It is arithmetic. Now the honest part, because this channel does not sell you a clean story that is not clean. In December of 2025, Prism Reports documented a factory foreclosure at Nisolo, with workers awaiting severance. That is a business model risk, not a product defect, and it is about 7 months old as this goes out. The bags people already own are the bags we described. But before you order, check that the company is still shipping and standing. Do not take a 2-year-old review as proof of today. The label promises fair wage leather. The receipts back the bag. The company needs a second look before you spend. Number 4, Parker Clay, founded around 2011 by Ian and Brittany Bentley after they adopted a daughter from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and also a certified B Corp with a B impact score of 109.4. Here is the fact the industry pretends does not exist at this price. The Merkato Signature Leather Tote is hand-stitched, not machine lock stitch, which is the fast, even, factory-standard seam almost every $250 bag uses. Actual hand-stitching, done in the brand's own workshop in Addis Ababa. That tote retails for $248. The material is full-grain Ethiopian leather, the top and strongest layer of the hide with the grain left intact, sourced from a tannery holding a gold rating from the Leather Working Group, the group's second highest tier. The hardware is brushed brass, the brand says patinese, ages to a warmer tone, over time, which base zinc does not do. There is a D-ring detail, an interior card pocket, and room for a 15-inch laptop. There is a business fact worth quoting, too. Parker Clay ties every purchase to a stated 17 hours of paid work for its Ethiopian artisans, and it grew from one artisan to more than 20 in-house. That is the kind of number most $250 bags cannot put on the page. Estimated production cost, $45 to $70, once you price in the gold tannery hide and the slow hand-stitching labor. That is roughly a 3.5 to 5.5 times markup. Compare that to a Tumi or Michael Kors leatherwork tote at $500 to $700. Machine-sewn, no patina story, for up to 5 times the price. That puts Parker Clay at closer to 1/5 to 1/3 the cost of a designer leather tote. One caveat we owe you. Most of what is known about Parker Clay comes from the brand itself, not independent teardowns. The construction claims are named and checkable on the product page. The sourcing story is theirs to tell, so weigh it as such. Run the numbers one more time. $45 to $70 to make, $248 to buy. And the thing you are buying is a seam, a human being sewed on a hide from a gold-rated tannery, for less than half what the machine-sewn designer tote costs. Same full-grain leather, different hands. One of them still sews by hand at a price the machines undercut. Before we go further, you need 4 tests. 4 things you can check on any product page or in any store to separate a real work bag from one that only looks like one. First, read the leather grade. The words you want are full grain, then top grain. When you see genuine leather or bonded leather, that is the marketing name for the cheap, weak, glued-together layers. Second, check the country and the wage story. A named factory, a named certification like the Leather Working Group, or a B Corp mark means someone outside the brand looked at the claim. Silence usually means there is nothing to show. Third, look at the seams and the hardware. Even, tight stitching and solid or heavily plated brass age well. Loose stitching and lightweight zinc alloy are where cost gets cut and where a bag starts to look tired first. Fourth, and this one costs nothing, look at the warranty. A 1-year, 2-year, or lifetime guarantee tells you what the brand privately believes about how long its own bag will last. Brands do not guarantee bags they expect to fall apart. The 5 brands on this list survive that sequence. Most work bags at 3 to 5 times these prices do not. Every video on this channel runs the same 4 tests, with no brand deals behind them. If that is useful to you, subscribe. Number 3. Lowe & Sons. Founded in December of 2010 in Brooklyn, New York, by Helen Lowe with her sons Derek and Jan, who left careers in advertising and product design to start it. The fact the industry pretends does not exist here is that recycled leather can be a real work bag, not a compromise. The hero is the Trinity Laptop Tote, and it retails for $350. The smooth version is built from over 50% recycled leather, repurposing scrap that would otherwise be waste. The saffiano version, saffiano being a pressed, crosshatch textured finish that resists scratches, uses over 75% repurposed material, including recycled polyester. The construction is where it earns the price. A sleeve on the back slides over a suitcase handle so it rides your carry-on instead of your shoulder. A structured compartment fits a 13 or 15-inch laptop. There are multiple internal organizing pockets and 2 dedicated shoe pouches, so your office shoes travel apart from everything else. 1-year warranty on all of it. We will not name a factory country here because we could not verify one from any public source, so treat it as overseas contract manufacturing and nothing more specific than that. When we cannot confirm a fact, we say so. Estimated production cost, $70 to $100, higher than a plain tote because of the structured paneling and all that hardware. That is roughly a 3.5 to 5 times markup. A Tumi leather tote with the same trolley and laptop features runs $500 to $900, so the Trinity undercuts it by roughly 1.5 to 2.5 times. Reviewers call the Trinity high-end and thoughtfully organized, though some flag a shoulder strap that runs too narrow and too long. $70 to make, $350 to buy. Still 1/2 to 1/3 of what Tumi asks for the same commute solved. The recycled leather label is not the compromise. On this bag, it is the whole point. Number 2, Dagne Dover, founded in 2013 in New York City as a direct-to-consumer brand by 3 women. Built from the start around compartments, most totes forget to include. What the industry does not advertise is exactly what got cut to hit the price, so we will say it plainly. The hero is the Allyn Leather Tote, and organized compartments have been a Dagne Dover signature since day one. The medium retails for $325, the large for $395. The outside is 100% genuine pebbled leather, drum-dyed, meaning the color is soaked all the way through rather than sprayed on top with an embossed pebble texture for scratch resistance. The trade-offs are inside. The lining is water-resistant polyester, not leather or cotton, and the hardware is lightweight zinc alloy, not solid brass. Those 2 choices are exactly why it costs less than a designer tote, and they are worth naming out loud rather than burying. Estimated production cost, $55 to $85, which works out to roughly a 3.5 to nearly 6 times markup on the medium. On sourcing, we will hedge. Resale listings tag the country of origin as China, but the brand does not publish that on its own copy, so treat it as probable, not confirmed. The 2-year limited warranty on manufacturing defects is confirmed. Reviewers are the strongest case here, and we lean on them because the resale evidence on sourcing is thin. One says the bag has taken a beating and still looks polished and professional. Several note the leather holds color even when scuffed, and that years-old bags still look new. That is the test that matters on a work bag, the one you carry 5 days a week. Set the $325 medium against a Tory Burch Perry at $398, and the gap is thin, only about a fifth, but set it against a Tumi tote at $600 to $800. And Dagne Dover is 1/2 to 1/3 the price for a comparably structured, organized leather bag. $55 to make, $325 to buy. The polyester lining is the price you pay to keep the rest of it under a Tory Burch. Number 1, Will Leather Goods. Founded in the early 1980s by Will Adler, who started selling leather belts from a stand on the Venice Beach boardwalk during an actor's strike, and has now been in business over 4 decades. The fact the industry never puts on a hang tag is that a canvas and leather bag can outlast a full leather one and cost less to build. The hero is the 24/7 canvas and leather tote. It lists at $298, and it was on sale at $178 when we checked. The body is industrial grade, 18-ounce, 100% cotton canvas. The trim, base, and handles are full-grain, vegetable tanned leather, meaning it is tanned with natural tannins from oak, chestnut, and hemlock instead of chrome chemicals, which is why it ages to a deeper color rather than cracking. Now the construction, and this is the most detailed on the whole list. The rolled handles are box-stitched, a reinforcing stitch pattern, and locked down with dual steel rivets. The hardware is steel-molded Zamac, the snaps are steel, and the zippers are brass. YKK, a named zipper maker, not a generic. A padded compartment fits a 17-inch laptop, and the inside carries a signature plaid lining. It also carries a lifetime guarantee against manufacturing defects, which means the brand will repair or replace it, not just apologize. To be clear, this is a hybrid bag, canvas body with leather trim, not a full leather bag, and that hybrid build is exactly the trick that keeps the material cost down. Estimated production cost, $55 to $80, because canvas is far cheaper than a full hide, and only the trim uses the expensive leather. At the full $298, that is roughly a 3.5 to 5.5 times markup. A Tumi or Tory Burch structured leather tote at $400 to $700 uses steel or zinc hardware no better than this, for up to 2.5 times the price, with no vegetable tan trim and no lifetime guarantee. $55 to make, $298 to buy, and they will repair it for life. That ratio should end the conversation. 5 brands, 1 thesis. A Nisolo tote at a $50 cost, a Parker Clay at $45 to $70, hand-sewn, a Low & Sons at $70 to $100, built for the commute, a Dagne Dover at $55 to $85, a Will Leather Goods at $55 to $80, guaranteed for life. 5 independent makers who put your money into full-grain leather, hand-stitching, recycled hides, honest hardware, and vegetable tan trim, while the designer labels charging $400 to $800 for the same job put your money into a name. The price tags overlapped. The materials did not. Next time you pick up a work bag, do not read the logo first. Read the grade of the leather, then the country and the certification, then the seams and the hardware, then the warranty. Ask what got cut to hit the price. If the tag is silent and the brand will not tell you, that is your answer. If you carry a work bag you swear by, drop the brand and how many years it has lasted in the comments. The real test of a work bag is how it looks after a decade of carry, not on the first day. Help the next woman find the gold mine before she overpays for a logo. If you missed our breakdown on the designer totes charging you for the name and not the leather, it is linked below. Both follow the money the same way this one did. Subscribe if you have not. This channel follows the money, not the marketing.